Exercise 6b is about simplifying algebraic products and quotients. Remember, products are things that are multiplied, quotients are things that are divided. This is actually the same as the previous exercise, but just using the shortcuts a bit more and simplifying things down as much as possible. So we're putting things together that we learned last time. So remember, when we have indices, we do multiply and divide the coefficients. So we've got 20 times 10 divided by 2. We need to follow our order of operations. So when it's multiply and divide, you just go left to right. So 20, you can do your calculator as well. 20 times 10 is 200, divided by 2 is 100. With the powers, when we've got multiplication, we add the powers. So that makes a power of 12. For division, we subtract. So we had 12 already, we're minusing off 6. So x to the power of 6. Remember, that only works when the bases are all the same. So all these bases are x, so we keep x as our base. Let's look at this one. Now with the numbers, we need to do our normal simplifying. So 15 and 20 can both be divided by 5. So divide 5, divide 5. Now I am going to write it out a little bit more the long way here as well, but I'm just going to simplify my numbers as I go. So 15 divided by 5 is 3, and then we've got x. Remember I said you can use a dot. The thing about the dot is it's at the bottom. A decimal point's at the bottom, a dot in the middle means times. Okay, that's a bit of a new thing. Normally that's not introduced till year 11, but I'm going to do it anyway. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 x's on the top. On the bottom, 20 divided by 5 is 4. X cubed is x times x times x. Let's just do some cancelling down. Now we could subtract the powers. So 7 minus 3 is 4. We're going to have x to the power of 4, but let's just have a look at that. So cancel that one with that one, cancel that one with that one, cancel that one with that one. So we still have a 4 in our denominator. We've got 3x to the 4 here because there are 4 x's there. So 3x to the 4, and that 4 is in our denominator, so we do need to write that there. Okay, let's have a look at this next one. Now this time I'm going to, again, write it out the long way. The more you write it out the long way, the better. But let's just simplify those numbers first. So 7 and 14 can both be divided by 7. So divide 7, divide 7. So 7 divided by 7 is 1. I'm not going to write the 1. I'm going to have some letters written there. 1 times. I'm not going to bother writing it. 14 divided by 7 is 2. Now, again, we know we can subtract powers, but the thing is here is there are less x's on the top than on the bottom. So when we cancel, the x's on the bottom are all going to cancel down. We'll be left with 4 on the bottom. So we could subtract, but we have to remember they're on the bottom, so x to the 4 on the bottom. So in the answer, we're going to have an x to the 4 there. With the y's, we can subtract the powers. Remember, that's a power of 1. 2 minus 1 is 1. It's more in the top, so we'll have 1 in the top. But let's look at that written out the long way, just to make sure that's what we get. So we've got x times x times x times y on the top. 7 divided by 7, remember, is 1, so it's gone. X times 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 y. So let's cancel down. So remember, 3x is cancelled on the top, all 3 of them, with 3 of the x's on the bottom, leaving us with 4 on the bottom, x to the 4. Cancel 1 of the y's there with 1 there. We're left with 1 y on the top. If you write it out the long way, you're much less likely to make mistakes. Okay, let's have a go at these ones. So we've got p times 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 2p times p times p on the top. And on the bottom, 3p times p to the 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do some cancelling. 5 p's altogether on the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, 1 there and 4 there, making 5. 10 altogether on the top. So cancel those 5 with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the top. 5 on the bottom, cancel with 5 on the top. We could have done 7 plus 3 on the top is 10. 1 plus 4 on the bottom is 5. 10 minus 5 leaves us with 5. Now let's look at these numbers. They can't simplify. So we've still got a 2 on the top, p to the 5 on the top, and on the bottom we've got that 3. So you need to keep the numbers where they belong, top or bottom, numerator or denominator. 2 in the numerator, 3 in the denominator. Okay, this time I'm going to just use a shortcut right from the start, right from the word go. So I'm going to start dividing things down a little bit. Now 15 and 30 I could simplify there, or 3 and 30 I could also simplify there. I'm going to choose the bigger numbers. They're both divisible by 15. So divide by 15, divide by 15. Let's cancel down already. Let's cancel these 2 y's with 2 of these. So that power would just become 1. Let's cancel this 1y with 1 of those. So the y's are all gone now there. We're left with 6 here. Let's look at the, actually I might write what we've got now and then we'll tidy up a little bit. So 15 divided by 15 is 1. We've still got an x to the 7, multiplied by a 3x and a y to the 6. And in our denominator, 13 divided by 15 is 2. We've still got an x to the 9. Okay, let's simplify down the x to the 9s. Now if this is too much, you can expand it all the way out and just cross things out to cancel them down. So let's have a look how many x's we have on the top. There are 7 there and 1 here. So we have 8 x's on the top. We have 9 x's on the bottom. So we can cancel all 8 x's on the top with 8 of the x's on the bottom, leaving just x to the 1 on the bottom. So let's have a look. We've still got a 3 and a y to the 6 on the top. And on the bottom, we've still got the 2, and we've got x to the 1, which is just x. That was a pretty tricky one. I'm not expecting you necessarily to be able to cope with them up to that level, but that's as hard as we will get for now. Do the best you can. I've said choose 4 from each. So you can decide on the difficulty level that you can cope with. Push yourself. Try and do as hard as you can cope with, but if they're too hard, that's okay as well. Questions 6, 7, and 8. Choose 4 from each.